Dear beloved ones, as the storms of conflict rage in the region you know as the Middle East, I, Ashtar, commander of the Galactic Light Forces, speak to you now in unity and love. I come forth from the higher realms to shed light on the truth beyond the chaos. Know that what unfolds before human eyes is far more than a simple earthly struggle. It is a grand illusion masking deeper truths and pivotal events unseen by most. The battles and sorrows broadcast across your world are a smokescreen designed to capture your attention and sway your emotions, keeping you focused on fear and division. This is not to say the suffering isn't taking place, and we offer deep compassion for it. Yet, I ask you, starseeds of the light, to remain centered in your divine awareness and not lose yourselves in this narrative of despair. Look beyond the shadows on the wall, for beneath the surface of this crisis lies a hidden war of energies, a covert struggle between the fading darkness and the dawning light. This is the higher spiritual confrontation playing out under the guise of political strife, and you who see with the eyes of the soul must not be deceived. Beloved brethren of the stars, do not allow yourselves to be pulled into the whirlpool of anger or despair that this grand distraction was designed to invoke. The dramas playing out on your news screens are carefully crafted to polarize the collective consciousness, to divide hearts into camps of us versus them. You may find your own emotions tested. Naturally, you feel deep sorrow and compassion for those who suffer, and even flashes of anger at the injustice. Acknowledge these feelings, but do not let them consume you or harden into blind hatred. Instead, let them fuel your determination to be a source of calm and love. You, dear starseeds, must stand as pillars of divine neutrality and compassion amidst this turmoil. See through the illusion that pits brother against brother, for in the higher truth all are one family. By remaining calm and centered in your heart's wisdom, you anchor a stabilizing frequency that helps dissipate the fog of deception. This neutrality is not indifference, but the wisdom to not feed the flames of duality with more duality. Your awareness of the unseen truths acts as the example of sovereign truth in the dark, guiding others quietly to look deeper and not be consumed by the surface stories. Beyond the veil of the physical conflict, the land itself holds secrets from ages past. Buried deep beneath the sands and stones of that ancient region lies an inheritance of an advanced age. Remnants of long-forgotten technology and sacred knowledge left behind by enlightened civilizations. Eons ago, beings of great wisdom and light established energetic temples and crystalline networks beneath this area, intending to assist humanity's evolution at the right time. Some of these relics contain the keys to free energy, healing modalities, and Stargate portals that once connected Earth to other star systems. These are not mere myths or fanciful legends, but very real vestiges of a bygone era when the divine and the earthly were deeply intertwined. Even now, as the vibration of the planet rises, those dormant technologies are beginning to stir, emitting frequencies that call out to be recognized. Those aligned with the forces of darkness have long been aware of these ancient treasures, and in their greed, they have spun intricate agendas around them, determined either to possess this power for themselves or to keep it suppressed and out of humanity's reach. They know that if humanity were to reclaim this legacy, it would mean an end to all forms of control through scarcity and ignorance. Thus, the hidden struggle for this buried light is one of the true motivations beneath the surface of the conflict you see. Indeed, dear ones, the conflict on the surface is but the outward echo of a much greater struggle taking place out of public view. While innocents on the ground suffer in the crossfire, covert operatives of both the Dark Cabal and the Alliance of Light move behind the scenes, particularly in the hidden tunnels and caverns beneath that land. Under the shroud of chaos, those aligned with the old destructive ways seek to unearth or access these sacred technologies and ancient halls of wisdom buried below. They believe that by seizing control of these relics, they could shift the balance of power in their favor or even stall the awakening of humanity. This is the covert war beneath the surface, a silent battle over humanity's heritage and future, waged under the feet of the unaware. At stake in this hidden battle is humanity's own birthright, the freedom to ascend and claim the advanced wisdom that was always intended to benefit your world. As fierce as this shadow war is, know that the momentum is on the side of the light. But take heart in knowing that the forces of light are fully engaged in this hidden battleground as well, skillfully countering the dark's maneuvers at every turn. Even as the world sees only tragedy and division, in the shadows, the light is reclaiming what was lost and ensuring that these divine gifts will not be twisted to serve darkness. The ones who orchestrated this turmoil, often called the Cabal or Deep State, are in truth making one of their final desperate plays to seize control. These shadowy figures behind governments and war profiteers are well aware that the cosmic tide has turned against them. For eons they ruled by fear and division, but now their grip on humanity is slipping as the Great Awakening spreads. Remember, this is not the first attempt to drown the world in chaos. Throughout recent history, they have engineered conflicts and crises whenever their power was threatened, feeding off the collective pain to maintain control. But now these old tactics are losing their potency. This conflict in the Holy Land is a gambit born of fear. The Cabal senses that their time is short. Having seen their previous agendas falter and their secrets coming to light, they believe that plunging the world into fear and bloodshed again might buy them time or power. Understand, beloved ones, that these acts of aggression are not signs of strength, but of panic. Like a cornered beast lashing out, the forces of darkness thrash wildly, attempting to reclaim dominance over a world that is steadily rising beyond their reach. They seek to harvest the energies of suffering and anger from this conflict, to fuel their dark rituals and technologies in hopes of holding back the dawn of the new age. Yet their plans are failing even now. Every bomb that falls, every injustice witnessed, is also awakening thousands more to question and see through the lies. The old regime is crumbling under the weight of its own deceptions, and the light is permeating even the darkest corners they hide in. Indeed, this futile attempt at reigniting large-scale war will be remembered as one of their last, for the era of their dominion is nearly at its end. Now is the time for all starseeds and lightworkers to step fully into your sacred roles. Many of you have traveled across lifetimes and galaxies to be here in this moment, precisely to anchor light amid such darkness. Remember, dear ones, who you truly are, divine souls connected eternally to the source of all. Your greatest power lies not in any external action, but in your inner alignment with the Creator's light. So I urge you to focus intensely on your connection to the divine right now. Through prayer, meditation, and heartfelt intention, invite the pure golden light of the Creator, to fill your being with every breath. As this divine light pours into you, let it wash away your own fear, doubt, and weariness, replacing them with a peace that surpasses all understanding. In this state of union with Source, you become a conduit of heavenly light onto the earth. Each of you is a pillar of light stationed where you are, radiating love, calm, and clarity into the collective field. Do not underestimate the impact of this, for a single soul ablaze with divine connection can transform the energies of an entire region. By allowing the Creator's light to fully anchor in your heart, you automatically uplift those around you and help stabilize the tumultuous energies of this conflict. Make your spiritual connection and practice your highest priority now, for in doing so, you are performing your part in resolving this crisis at the energetic level. This is your mission, to be the light in the darkness, and it is by this inner work that you shall help bring peace. Equally important, beloveds, is the practice of deep compassion in your heart for all souls involved in this crisis. It is natural to feel empathy for those innocent ones caught in the crossfire, the families displaced, the children crying in fear. By all means, send them your love and prayers unceasingly. Yet I ask you to also extend that same prayerful compassion to the ones cast in the role of the enemy. This may seem difficult, for the mind recoils at forgiving those who perpetuate violence and pain. This higher compassion is not for the faint of heart. It is the mark of true spiritual mastery and the path that you, as warriors of light, have chosen to walk. But understand that many who commit dark deeds are themselves ensnared by darkness, their hearts cut off from love, manipulated by fear and falsehoods. They are souls who have forgotten their divine nature, and it is this very forgetting that allows them to harm others. Rather than cursing them, pray that the light of remembrance touches their souls. Envision even the most hardened aggressor suddenly pausing as a ray of divine light penetrates their heart, awakening the long-lost spark of empathy within. Your genuine compassion has the power to magnetize such miracles. When you can look upon those considered your adversaries and still sincerely wish for their healing and redemption, you invoke an unstoppable wave of grace. This grace does not excuse their actions, but begins to dissolve the hatred and ignorance that fuel the conflict. In offering love where others offer hate, you align with the highest vibrations of Source, becoming an instrument of peace where it is needed most. Practice, too, the art of forgiveness, dear ones, for it is inseparable from compassion and is one of the greatest healing tools you possess. And do not overlook forgiving yourselves, dear ones, for any moments of anger or judgment you have felt in response to this tragedy. In releasing any guilt or self-condemnation, you allow your own spirit to heal and shine even brighter. Forgiveness does not mean you condone the atrocities or turn a blind eye to injustice. It means you choose to release the toxic hold of anger and hatred within your own heart. When you forgive, you sever the energetic chains that bind you to the trauma and the perpetrator. You free not only yourself, but also offer the offending soul a chance, however small, to find remorse and change. This is an act of immense power and courage. In the higher realms, we see that unforgiveness only perpetuates cycles of pain, whereas forgiveness opens the door for transformation. Coupled with unconditional love, it becomes an alchemy that can transmute even the darkest energies. Unconditional love is the love of the Creator flowing through you. It sets no conditions. It simply shines like the sun on all. When you hold unconditional love in your being, you create a field of divine healing around you. In that field, anger melts, grief finds solace, and even hatred can be quelled in the presence of such pure light. By choosing forgiveness and unconditional love as your response to this conflict, you wield the most potent spiritual forces available. These energies ripple outward invisibly, soothing the collective consciousness and mending the very fabric of reality torn by violence. Truly, the light of a forgiving, loving heart can illuminate the darkest night of the soul. Never underestimate the power of unified hearts intent on love and peace. While a single candle brightens a room, 1,000 candles joined together can light up the darkest valley. Imagine, dear star seeds, the exponential power released when many of you synchronize your prayers and intentions. If every lightworker and conscious soul in every corner of the globe were to hold the vision of peace for the Middle East region and pour love into that timeline, the conflict would wither swiftly, like a fire deprived of oxygen. The forces that sustain war, anger, vengeance, fear, cannot survive in a worldwide atmosphere saturated with compassion and high-frequency light. Already there have been moments when your collective focus has mitigated violence and saved lives, though these miracles often go unpublicized. Indeed, more than once it has been observed that when groups join in meditation with a shared intent of peace, hostilities have mysteriously calmed and violence has decreased, even if only temporarily. These instances are glimpses of the vast potential of human unity in action. This is not fantasy at all, but the subtle science of consciousness. The field of human collective energy is malleable and responds profoundly to coherent loving intent. When you unite heart to heart across the planet, you create a lattice of light surrounding the earth. Within that global grid of awakened consciousness, lower energies are transmuted and calmer minds prevail among leaders and combatants alike. Solutions and ceasefires can manifest seemingly out of nowhere, guided by the subtle influence of your prayers. Thus, if all starseeds joined as one heartbeat, firmly envisioning an end to the bloodshed and the beginning of reconciliation, you could indeed disarm this conflict with remarkable speed. Such is the promise of your unity. It invokes divine intervention, not as an external force, but as a flowering from within the human family. In your coming together, the Creator speaks, and peace can bloom even in the barren deserts of war. Remember, dear family of light, that you incarnated in this time not just to witness these events, but to actively assist in the birth of a new earth. Through all the turmoil and tribulation, a greater plan of transformation is unfolding. The old paradigm of endless conflict, separation, and suffering is in its final throes, making way for a higher way of being based on unity, love, and peace. You, the starseeds and awakened ones, are the midwives of this collective birth. Every moment that you choose understanding over judgment, love over hate, and courage over fear, you are infusing the template of the new earth with energy. Even as this conflict rages, the seeds of a brighter future are being planted in its soil through your consciousness. Many of you have long held visions in your heart of a golden age, a world freed from the chains of war and lack, a society where all races and creeds recognize each other as one family under the Creator. Imagine a civilization where hunger and suffering are unknown, where advanced healing technologies and wisdom are available to all. In this new earth, The ancient truths and inventions long suppressed are unveiled for the benefit of every being, and humanity lives in harmony with Mother Earth and the stars. That vision is not a distant dream. It is the future that you are actively co-creating right now. Understand that the chaos is, in part, the labor pains of a new civilization being born. Just as the darkest night heralds the dawn, the intensity of this global dark night of the soul will give rise to the luminous dawn of Earth's ascension. Hold fast to your faith in this promise. By doing the inner work we have spoken of, staying connected to Source, radiating compassion, forgiving and loving unconditionally, and joining in unity, you are literally weaving the energetic blueprint of the new Earth. Every prayer you utter, every meditation, every kind deed adds to the momentum of this magnificent birth. In truth, the conflict you see now can become a catalyst that propels humanity in a quantum leap toward the long-awaited era of light. Beloved ones, know that you do not shoulder this burden alone. Surrounding your planet at this very moment are innumerable beings of light, your star family, the angelic hosts, and the councils of the Galactic Federation, all lending their energy and assistance to Earth's liberation. I, Ashtar, and the entirety of the Ashtar Command stand vigilantly by your side through these trials. Though we may not openly intervene in the ways you might imagine, our influence is very real and constant. Many of you, in your sleep state or deep meditation, join us aboard our ships or in higher council meetings in spirit. You may not remember these encounters consciously, but your souls are actively collaborating with us, receiving guidance and strength which you carry into your waking life. We have been mitigating the worst potential timelines, ensuring that this conflict does not spiral beyond what the collective soul has agreed to endure for its awakening. Many disasters that were intended by the Dark Ones have been quietly averted by our fleets and by the hand of the Divine, acting in response to your prayers and high vibrations. In subtle ways, we are guiding and protecting those who work for the light on the ground, whispering insights into the minds of leaders who are receptive to peace, shielding vulnerable populations with energetic grids, and even neutralizing certain destructive technologies that were meant to wreak far greater havoc. You are truly surrounded by a great alliance of light in heaven and on earth. Feel our presence in the gentle nudges of intuition, in the unexpected miracles, in the rays of hope that persist even in bleak moments. We are your brothers and sisters of the stars, and our love for you is beyond measure. In the higher dimensions, we already celebrate the victory of the light that is assured. Take comfort in knowing that all of the universe is conspiring for the success of Earth's great transformation. The Creator's divine plan is moving forward, unstoppable, and we in the skies rejoice as we see you, our ground crew, holding the line of love so valiantly. Together, we form a cosmic team, united in purpose, and the bonds of our soul family bridge any distance or dimension. We have never been more proud of humanity than in this moment, as you rise above hatred and fear and claim your birthright of peace. Take a moment to feel our gratitude, beloveds, for all the love and steadfastness you have shown. All of us in the higher realms and galactic families honor you for your service during these trying times. So I say to you, hold the line, my dear ones. Continue to stand as beacons of love in this world. The shadows that have ruled for millennia are dissipating, and even though their final thrashes cause pain, they cannot withstand the rising light that you and millions like you now embody. The dawn approaches. Even as smoke rises from battlefields, A sacred sunrise of human awakening is on the horizon. Trust that all your efforts in consciousness are not in vain. Every meditation, every prayer, every compassionate choice is counted and has already tilted the scales toward peace. The Creator's decree has gone out across the cosmos. Earth shall be freed. Feel this truth resonating in your soul. You are the emissaries of that divine decree, carrying it in your hearts. There is a brilliance to the human spirit that shines the brightest when challenged by darkness, and you are proving this in real time. As you keep faith through the turbulent now, you prepare the way for a golden future. Envision the day, not far off, when war is but a memory, and humanity joins its galactic family in harmonious reunion. We in the higher realms already see this timeline forming vividly. It is the timeline born of your love and perseverance. Remain strong a little longer, knowing that the love you send forth is magnified 1,000-fold by the heavens. We are with you always, just a thought and a heartbeat away. Whenever you feel despair, call upon us and the Creator's light. We shall flood you with energies to uplift and fortify you. In the end, love will prevail. It is decreed, and it is already so. I enfold each of you in my heartfelt embrace across the ethers, filling you with courage and peace. I am Ashtar, your brother in light, and I leave you now in the eternal love of the Creator. Walk forward, knowing that the victory of light is assured, and the new dawn for Earth is breaking. In love and solidarity, we shall meet again.